My name is Cassandra, and I have always possessed a gift, or perhaps a curse. I am a psychic medium, able to perceive and communicate with the spirits that linger in the realm beyond our own. It is a talent that has both fascinated and haunted me for as long as I can remember. One gloomy afternoon, I received a call that would lead me to the Grand Theater, a once grand, now decrepit venue with a dark and troubled history. The theater had long been plagued by stories of apparitions, strange occurrences, and an unshakable sense of unease that had driven away staff and patrons alike. I arrived at the theater, my heart heavy with anticipation. It was a grand structure, its marquee faded and its windows cracked. As I stepped inside, I could feel the weight of history pressing down upon me, as if the very walls held secrets that were eager to be revealed. The owner, Mr. Harrison, greeted me with a weary smile. He had the air of a man who had seen more than his fair share of misfortune. He explained that the theater had been in his family for generations, but the hauntings had become so severe that it was on the brink of closure. Mr. Harrison led me through the dimly lit corridors and into the heart of the theater, a cavernous auditorium filled with faded red velvet seats and a stage that seemed frozen in time. As I gazed out into the empty seats, I could feel the presence of something unseen, a palpable sense of longing and despair. I began my work, calling out to the spirits that inhabited the theater, inviting them to communicate with me. It wasn't long before I felt a chill in the air, a telltale sign that I was not alone. Whispers filled the room, voices from beyond the grave that seemed to echo through the very walls. The spirits told their stories, tales of actors and actresses who had once graced the stage, of audiences that had laughed and cried in the glow of the spotlight. But as their stories unfolded, a darker narrative began to emerge, a story of jealousy, betrayal, and tragedy. I learned of a young actress named Eliza, whose talent had shone brighter than any star. She had been the theater's rising star, adored by audiences and envied by her fellow actors. But her beauty and success had drawn the attention of a powerful and dangerous man, a wealthy patron named Victor Blackwood. Victor had been obsessed with Eliza, and he would stop at nothing to make her his own. He lured her into a relationship with promises of fame and fortune, but his intentions were far from pure. He demanded her loyalty and forced her to abandon her career, isolating her from friends and family. As Eliza's life spiraled into darkness, the spirits told me of the nightmarish events that had unfolded in the theater. They spoke of secret meetings in the shadows, of whispered threats and violent confrontations. Eliza had become a prisoner in her own home, her talent and spirit crushed by Victor's obsession. The spirits revealed that on one fateful night, Victor's possessiveness had reached its breaking point. He had cornered Eliza backstage, and their confrontation had turned deadly. Eliza had fought back, desperate to escape the man who had stolen her dreams, but Victor's rage had overwhelmed her. As I listened to the spirits' accounts, I could feel Eliza's presence growing stronger, her restless spirit yearning for justice and closure. She had been denied a proper farewell, her death shrouded in secrecy and shame. With the spirit's guidance, I conducted a cleansing ritual, using my abilities to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. It was a harrowing experience, as I channeled the emotions and pain of the spirits that had been trapped in the theater for so long. As the ritual reached its climax, a blinding light filled the auditorium, and a figure appeared on the stage, a luminous, ethereal form that radiated with an otherworldly beauty. It was Eliza's spirit, finally free from the chains that had bound her to the theater for so long. With tears in her eyes, Eliza forgave Victor for the pain he had caused, but she also demanded justice for her untimely death. Her words were a haunting plea for closure, a desire to see her story told and her memory honored. As the ritual concluded, the theater seemed to sigh in relief, its oppressive atmosphere lifting like a heavy veil. The spirits that had haunted the venue for generations began to fade, their presence dissipating like mist in the morning sun. Mr. Harrison, who had witnessed the entire ordeal, thanked me with tears in his eyes. He had feared that the theater would be lost to the darkness forever, but now, there was hope of a new beginning. In the days that followed, the theater underwent a transformation. Its faded glory was restored, and its doors were once again opened to the public. Eliza's story was told through a poignant and heartfelt tribute, ensuring that her memory would never be forgotten. As for me, I left the Grand Theater with a sense of fulfillment and closure, knowing that I had helped to free the spirits that had been trapped within its walls. The curse that had haunted my family for generations had been lifted, and I could finally put to rest the ghosts of the past, but I also left with a deeper understanding of the power of the supernatural and the enduring impact of unresolved tragedies. The theater had been a place of darkness and despair, but it had also been a place of redemption and healing, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of the unknown. As I walked away from the Grand Theater, I couldn't help but wonder how many other places carried their own secrets, their own stories waiting to be told. The world was a vast and mysterious place, filled with mysteries and hauntings that only a select few, like me, could uncover and heal.